صل على مبيننا صل على محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Our dear viewers, and welcome to another episode on the life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, coming to you from MT International Gambia studios. On today's episode, we are going to talk about another important aspect of the life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that is about the compilation of the Holy Qur'an. We will also discuss about a lot about this compilation of the Holy Qur'an from the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the time of the third Khalifa, if time permits us, when the Quran was put together in a same book. I'm here joined by two gentlemen. On my immediate right, we have brother Said Sambaso, and on his right, we have Ustaz Dembaba. Gentlemen, assalamu alaikum and welcome to the program. Brother Said Sambaso, we have before talked about a youth who was very vital in this compilation of the Holy Quran, and that was Zaid. And we also said that he was taught by those people who were captives after the Battle of Badr. That he was taught to read and write, and he later on became the personal scribe of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he went on as well to learn other languages to help the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in spreading his message and taking letters, gathering letters and interpreting for him, as we know that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not know how to read and write. But we will also talk about today, like I've said, about the compilation of the Holy Quran. I think the best thing for us to, where we should start is when the revelation was coming to the Prophet ﷺ, in the initial stages of Islam when he was in Mecca. Was there any process of recording the revelation itself?
Thank you very much once again for having me. Ustaz, this is a very important topic, as we said, the compilation of the Holy Quran. Sometimes when some people hear this, they will start thinking that at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was nothing like recording, understand? So in fact, some people may assume that maybe because there was no recording, perhaps there might be some verses whom you know that they have not been recorded in the Holy Quran, but that is not the case. As we said, Zaid bin Sabit was a private secretary of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who, as we said, was a very intelligent individual, and he was very close to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would dictate the revelation of the Holy Quran to him, so that he can record it for the preservation of the Holy Quran for us. So in fact, this is why the Holy Quran has mentioned this. When the Holy Quran initially, when it was being revealed, then the Holy Prophet ﷺ was always in a state of anxiety, thinking that some verses might get lost. So this is why Allah the Almighty took it upon himself and told him to relax and take his time, that the Holy Quran is going to be compiled and arranged to its order. That arrangement and that order of arrangement lies in the hands of Allah. So there should not be any fear for that. So just to remove that concept where people might think that maybe because of there was lack of recording or this and that, people may think that the Holy Quran, there was certain things that they were reduced. But no, Allah the Almighty had made it very clear that the compilation of the Holy Quran lies upon his hand. So everything was recorded. And also the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa Sassam does not only stop at dictating the verses of the Holy Quran to Zaid bin Sabit, but also he himself personally is recorded that he will memorize the Holy Quran he himself. Understand? So, and also he will dictate this verse of the Holy Quran according to divine inspiration. Meaning Allah the Almighty is the one who is going to communicate to the Holy Prophet Sallam where to place the verses, in which surah or in which place can he put that verse of the Holy Quran. So he was not doing it based on his own will or based on his own way of understanding, but rather whatever he do, it was based on the divine inspiration of Allah the Almighty. And this is the way he was arranging. And also, it does not stop only from Zaid bin Sabit and the Holy Prophet himself. Even some of the companions, they took this service upon themselves to see that they will either memorize the Holy Quran or record the Holy Quran. The like of Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, who was the best friend of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and Hazrat Usman, who later became a caliph, and other companions, they were also memorizing the Holy Quran. And also for further precaution, the Holy Prophet ﷺ himself, he will ask those people whom you know that they can read to teach others who are unable to read. So that this is all geared towards the compilation of the Holy Quran and also for the preservation of the Holy Quran for people like us today. So basically, this was the way the Holy Prophet ﷺ was recording the Holy Quran. So in essence, the question you asked is, was there any recording of the Holy Quran? Of course, yes. The Holy Prophet ﷺ will record it, and he himself will personally memorize the Holy Quran itself.
Thank you very much, Brother Said Samaso. We have even seen in history that it wasn't only the people who were very closest to the Prophet ﷺ who were scribes. You have other people as well who were, like you have said, Uthman and Ali also was a scribe. You have other people like Abdullah bin Rawaha. All those people were scribes of the Prophet ﷺ. And if a revelation was received, he will call either of these people, and the revelation will be put to writing. And then that is how sometimes also he will give it, let's say a parchment of that would be given to a Sahaba, and he will be instructed, go to so and so and teach them. Like we have seen in the case of Umar ibn al-Khattab, when he accepted Islam, he went to the sister's house, and there was someone, Khabbab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was teaching the sister and the husband. He was teaching them a part of the Holy Quran, which we know that it was Surah Taha. So it was where Hazrat Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu read that part of the Quran, Surah Taha, and then he exclaimed, what a wonderful thing this is. So it was from there that he went to the Darul Arqam, where the Prophet ﷺ was, and he accepted Islam. So we can see that history has given us, in clear terms, he has given us very clear view of what the Muslims did with the revelation of the Holy Quran initially. And apart from recording, there was also the system of memorization. And that also helped the Muslims not only to write it down, but as well as to keep it in their minds wherever they go. Ustaz Demasab, you tell us how important these two things are. First of all, we are talking about the recording, and that happens in the beginning. So tell us how important this recording was, and added to that also the memorization, which as well continues until today.
Thank you so much. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. We understand that Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu accepted Islam because of a portion of the Holy Quran which was written and then was being read aloud. When he was going out to go kill the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then he was directed to go to the brother-in-law, the one who married to the sister, because they both have accepted Islam. He went there, he had the recitation of this Khabbab bin al-Arat radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and then he later on demanded to see that portion of the Holy Quran which was written. So he read it, and that was the opening eye for him to join Islam. That was important, very well. It was happening at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But we have to understand that the memorization of the Holy Quran was also very important, and the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, he took it upon himself. He memorized the Holy Quran. We are told in a hadith that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or in some of the various narrations, different narrations, that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would offer his pre-dawn prayers, that is the Tahajjud prayer, where he will recite the first 5 surahs of the Holy Quran, meaning these are the part of the longest surahs of the Holy Quran. We have Surah Baqarah, Al Imran, and Nisa, and others, and Surah Ma'idah. He will recite them during the Tahajjud prayer, to an extent that some other narration went on to say that he will even stand so long during the night that to an extent his foot will swallow. So this was the high standard Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was taking upon himself to make sure that this Holy Quran is preserved. And not only that, we are also told that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would in fact recite or revise the Holy Quran. That was when it was revealed completely. We revise the Holy Quran with Angel Jibril every month of Ramadan. Jibril will come to him, they will revise the entire Holy Quran together. Whatever was revealed they will revise it together. And we are told the year of his demise, he revised with Angel Jibril the entire Holy Quran 2 times or twice. This happened at the lifetime of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this, therefore, I have no doubt, we don't have any doubt that the Holy Quran fully was compiled, it was together, it was preserved, either being in written form or in a way of memorizing, but it was existing at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He have made all the arrangement through, as our brother highlighted, divine inspiration from Allah the Almighty, where to put different verses which were revealed, or different ayahs at different place, or different surahs. So take into consideration also Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu, at time where they were in a census, how many people might have memorized the Holy Quran. They were able to get up to 300 Hufaz just in the province of Medina, or those Muslims who accepted the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You can see that these were the effort which were put in place to gear the memorization of the Holy Quran wider. And by now we have thousands of them who have memorized, or millions who have memorized the Holy Quran. But then it was happening at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One thing we should, which maybe for the final one on this, that is the copies, sending of the copies of the Holy Quran to the provinces by Sayyidina Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. When these copies were put in place, Sayyidina Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu sent the copies which were put in together in one volume, in a form of one book, by the first Khalifa, that is Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He probably copied all those volumes, we will come to that, and then he dispatched them, or he sent them to different provinces since Islam was now accepted universally, so he had to send different copies, standard copies for that matter, were in one volume.
Thank you very much, Ustaz Demba. We have seen that there are 2 measures that the early Muslims and the Holy Prophet ﷺ took to preserve the Holy Quran. Because we know, unlike other scriptures, which were just left to narrations of people that were handed over from one generation to another, the Holy Quran was written. Added to that, it was memorized by not only few people, but hundreds of people. And in the time of Umar alone, you have in a single contingent of the Muslim army, where you have 300 Hufaz. You can imagine how many would have been there if everyone was included. And we have seen at the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, what triggered Hazrat Umar, coming up with the idea that the parchments of the Quran should be put together and it should be put in one volume, was that a lot of Hufaz were killed in battles. And he feared that if the Muslims are losing this much Hufaz, then there is a possibility that a part of the Quran would be lost, because they are part and parcel of those who keep the Quran in order, because they have memorized it in order and they recite it in order in Ramadan, in their tahajjuds, in their 5 daily prayers. But if they have been lost in battles in that magnitude, then there was that fear. And Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu accepted it. But before we go into that, Brother Said Sambaso, let's go into the sequence of the Holy Quran. No, when we talk about the sequence of the Holy Quran, those of us who know Holy Quran, you know the verse that was first revealed, you know the verse that was last revealed. They are not even in the same surah. They are not even close. Like one is bottom there and the other one is top there. So how has the Quran been arranged in a sequence? You have alluded to the fact that that was something that rests with God, not even the Holy Prophet ﷺ. But you take us through that for the people to understand that the first verse that was revealed find itself in the lower verses of the Holy Quran, and the last one that was revealed found itself in the first chapters of the Holy Quran. So you tell us, how has that sequence been arranged?
Thank you very much. As like those scholars whom you know that they are always finding fault in religion of Islam, they always have things to say about Islam. So this has been a question from many people saying that why is the Holy Quran sequence has been altered? Why the first verse that was revealed did not come first, and why the second did not come second? So here we will talk about the principles that have been applied. So first of all, we have to establish that, of course, there is no doubt that everybody who is reading the Holy Quran, as you highlighted, know that the Holy Quran is not being arranged according to its revelation. So, but then we know the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We know his character, and Allah the Almighty has talked about the character of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was always divinely helped by Allah the Almighty. Whatever he do, it was according to the command of Allah the Almighty. The Holy Quran has already highlighted very, very well. So therefore, there must be a principle that he apply in this arrangement. There must be a reason for that matter. So the Holy Quran also says, like I was saying, Inna alayna jam'ahu wa Qur'anahu. Thus Allah the Almighty made it very clear in Surah Qiyamah that it is upon us to compile the Holy Quran, for its recital also it is upon us. So do not have fear. Therefore, if the Holy Quran, we see the arrangement or the sequence of its revelation has been altered, then automatically we have to refer to this verse that Allah the Almighty made it very clear. So therefore, we should not think that the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam just decided to arrange it in a manner that suits him. No. And also, it is mentioned, Hazrat Basir Ahmad, who was given an example, he said, whether someone is able to comprehend the current arrangement of the Holy Quran or not, he said there can be no doubt in the fact that there is definitely some principle which has been employed in the arrangement. We should know that. We will come to those principles, of course. He said, but from the initial stage, we should understand that there are reasons and principles that the Holy Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallam applied in compilation of this Holy Quran. He gave an example. He said, for example, a few people enter a hall one after another. He said, now if the manager of the hall takes special care not to seat these people according to the order of their entry, he said, and seats them in a different arrangement, he said, this very action of his will establish the fact that, irrespective of whether anyone is aware of the rule that he has employed in the arrangement or not, he said, there must definitely be some principle that he has considered. That is, if you see people enter in the hall, and the first person that enter in the hall and is asked to sit behind, and those people who came last, they are asked to sit in front. So whether you know it or don't know it, there must be rule or principle that the one who is responsible of arranging the people in their seats, he applies something. If you know it, you don't know it. That is the same thing that the Holy Quran, when you see the alteration of the compilation, when you see the alteration from the revelation and the compilation, there is different. Automatically, you should know that there are principles that the Holy Prophet has applied. But the greatest evidence that we can say is that it is divine inspiration. It is upon Allah the Almighty that the Holy Quran has been compiled in this manner, different from the way it was revealed.
Thank you very much, Brother Said Sama. So I think that alone, it's a miracle in itself. Because if you look at the verses, how they were revealed, it was in piecemeal, and it was addressing the issues that were happening there and then. Sometimes a request will come to the Prophet ﷺ, and that will trigger a revelation. Sometimes people will talk about something at his back, and that will trigger a revelation. But if all those things, let's say for example, one surah was revealed in three different years, and it was revealed in 3 different locations, how on earth would someone just take that and put it all together in one surah, and it will be in an order that is perfect? I think the order is for us who came after. Those people who were there at the time of the revelation came to them based on the needs of the time. But if all the revelation is being arranged in a proper sequence for those who would come after, let's say for the hundreds and thousands of years till the end of time who will come after, then that alone is a miracle of the Holy Quran.
Just probably maybe on that quickly, you know, this is where the difference of the Holy Quran and the difference from the Holy Quran and other revealed books come into play. Because, for example, we have other books where issues are discussed in one chapter or in one topic. But despite the fact that the Holy Quran being the shortest and the most comprehensive book to be revealed by Allah the Almighty, it contains, the verses, the way the verses are interchanged or the surahs are put up together, there are expansion of knowledge in it, so much so that you cannot even comprehend. These things continue. It does not happen only at the time of the companions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, but the expansion of that knowledge, even now we are witnessing to that. But the other books, they serve just sometimes like stories. Things have happened and then it is gone. It have passed. But the Holy Quran is not like that. It is for today, yesterday, and tomorrow. It is not a story book. It is a book which is giving life in every era.
From there, Ustaz Demba, let's talk about at the time of Hazrat Abu Bakr, when the Holy Quran was put into a single volume. And from there, people would say that it was edited, like there was, like if you publish a book, you have second edition. The critics of Islam said there was a second edition. And when you say things like a second edition, it means there was an addition onto the original material, or there was subtraction from the original material. Was that the case with the Holy Quran when it was, let's start it from when it was compiled first, and to what they call the second edition? Was there anything even like the second edition, or it was the same manuscript that was put together?
These people fail to understand the Quran, and the Quran itself stands for its own. It defends itself. Allah the Almighty said, "Inna nahnu nazzalna zikra wa inna lahu lahafizun." We indeed reveal this admonition to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but it is we who will take the responsibility of safeguarding this admonition, this Quran. So that alone is enough for people of understanding. But the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have all seen at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in different narration of hadith, it is mentioned that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam would in fact recite the first 5 surahs during his tahajjud prayer. Then Angel Jibril will revise with him the Holy Quran every month of Ramadan, and the same thing will happen. The same thing happened at the time of his demise, the year he passed away. Angel Jibril revised the Holy Quran with the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam twice during the month of Ramadan. So this alone is enough proofs to say that the Holy Quran was indeed compiled at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yes, one thing we have to understand, indeed Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, during his era, his khilafat, he and the Muslims, he gave these tasks to Hazrat Zayd bin Thabit radiallahu ta'ala anhu to put the Holy Quran in a single volume. To put this Holy Quran in a single volume, that is one volume. Before the Holy Quran was there, it was arranged in a form of somewhere written in probably in leaves, others in woods. We have skins and other things. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam time, all these things, different surahs was written in this way. It was not compiled in a form of a single book. But it was existing, it was there. We have the surahs or the arrangement of the surahs. Everything was made at the time of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. During the Khilafat of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, all those things were gathered together with the help of the Hufaz, and of course Sayyidina Abu Bakr was one of them, who was also writing the revelation when it was revealed to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They compiled it together, pack it together in a form of single one volume. And that volume was the same volume Sayyidina Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu used to print many other volumes. To copy many other volumes. This was not edition. It was only to compile them at one place. Let it be a standard book at one place. That should be clear. And it was multiplied, sent to different provinces of the Muslims. That was what happened. But it was never the work of the Khulafa to change. There is not even a one kasra or fataha damma which is changed in the Holy Quran. The way it was revealed to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he took that responsibility, he wrote it down with the help of the companions, and of course that is the same Holy Quran. Up till now, what we are using is the same Holy Quran.
I think it's important also to note that that copy, when it was made, it was before Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu passed away. The copy was entrusted to one of the widows of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that was Hafsa bint Umar, and she kept it until at the time of Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when they needed more copies of the Holy Quran, and that was he requested her to give it to them, and she did, and it was given to them to make other copies, which, like you have said, we are sent to many other provinces. But Brother Said Samba, so we have just a few minutes left, and I have a lot of questions to ask. I don't know which one of them I should start with, but we know that the qira'at we have talked about here, the compilation of the Holy Quran, the qira'at of the Holy Quran, and the protection of the Holy Quran. These are three important keys. But let's talk about the protection of the Holy Quran. Is it only about the manuscript itself? Because even as we speak today, yeah, in our generation, people, let's say in Spain, in other countries, they are having license of burning the Holy Quran. So when we talk about the protection of the Holy Quran, are we talking about the manuscript, or are we talking about the meaning of the Holy Quran and its spiritual treasures?
Jazakumullah, thank you very much. Just to add on this, like even Sir William Moore, who was a Christian and whom you know that they did not leave any opportunity to go. They testify that the Holy Quran, the way it was revealed to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallam, that is exactly the way it is still now. He has mentioned this, Hazrat Basir Ahmad has mentioned this in volume 1 on the life of the character of the Holy Prophet sallam. So as you said, what is important is understanding the Holy Quran and acting upon it, of course. Because we said, I remember Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the fifth was talking about those people who are entrusted the most. It's not just to clean the mosque, but instead those people who are offering prayers in that mosque constantly are indeed the guardian of the mosque. So the same thing applies to the Holy Quran. The real guardian of the Holy Quran, or the protection of the Holy Quran, lies in the action that we have taken from the Holy Quran. That's the teaching of the Holy Quran that we are demonstrating out to the world. That shows that the Holy Quran is going to be protected. For the copy, that one, Allah the Almighty has already talked about. He said, "Sanukuri'uka fala tansa." He told the Holy Prophet very clearly, I'm going to teach you this Holy Quran and you shall never forget it. And if you follow the Holy Prophet, that's exactly going to happen to you. For remembering it or memorizing it is something that is different. But if you talk about real protection of the Holy Quran, this is talking about acting upon the teaching of the Holy Quran, of course, and also showing to the world the beautiful teaching of the Holy Quran. This is what Hazrat Khalifatul Masih the fifth always highlighted, that if we want to demonstrate the beauty of the Holy Quran, it's not to go and do demonstration that somebody has already burned a book there. They have right to do that. If they want, they can burn the Holy Quran. But then the protection of the Holy Quran, know that Allah the Almighty has already taken it upon himself to protect the Holy Quran. Inna nahnu nazzalna zikra wa inna lahu lahafizun. Ustaz Demba has already mentioned that. So let us not fear that these people born in the Holy Quran. No, let us show them the beauty of the Holy Quran. They will automatically stop burning the Holy Quran. If they know what the Holy Quran entails and the beautiful teaching of the Holy Quran, if we made these people to understand that, then of course they will honor the Holy Quran, and there is nothing like going to demonstration because of somebody has already burned the Holy Quran. So therefore, in a sense, as you said, what it means is to learn the Holy Quran, understand it, ponder over it, and also convey it to those people who are unable to aware. So this is the only way we can preserve the Holy Quran. Like Massimo says, do not leave your book like a forsaken book. That is the Holy Quran. Understand? So therefore, that means we should read it and act upon the teaching.
And as well, we can boldly say that he was one of the greatest protectors of the Holy Quran.
Indeed.
And that was the part of the reason for his appearance in this later time. Thank you very much to Brother Said Sambaso and Ustaz Dembaba. This is all time allowed us. And Dear viewers, this is all time allowed us. We were today talking about the compilation of the Holy Quran, and we have heard altogether the replies that our panelists have given on the Holy Quran. But if you want to know more about this great book that is the Holy Quran, you can visit our website, that is www.alislam.org. You will have enough material to read about the compilation of the Holy Quran itself and the life of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So until we come your way next time, for now we say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
صل على مبيننا صل على محمد صل على نبي